So, did you know that there were actually on two separate occasions three presidents in a single year? No? Okay, come on. We're doing this again. Down the rabbit hole again. Come on. The picture above me, we have President Martin Van Buren, President William Henry Harrison, and President John Tyler. Now, I bet you're wondering how we got here, right? Okay, let's figure this out because this is going to be good. And this is actually a good, interesting fact for me. So let's do it. So most presidential elections are quadrennial in the U.S., right? And for most calendar years, they only feature one commander in chief. In this case, in 1841, President Martin Van Buren's term ended, and on March 4th, he left the White House. After he left the White House, he was succeeded by William Henry Harrison. Okay, so came in, and now he's the new commander in chief. But him particularly was very short-lived. And the reason why um, President Harrison's term was so short was because shortly after he even got into office, he got sick. And he used the shortest term, which he only served 31 days. So right after he got in, he transitioned right after his inauguration on April 4th, making him the first to transition in office. Then he was succeeded by Mr. Tyler here. Mr. Tyler was, in fact, his vice president, and he only served the remainder of his term. So he served the remainder of President Harrison's term. Harrison's term. There you go. Now here we are 40 years later, okay? And this is 1881. So Rutherford B. Hayes, I think that's how you say his name. If I didn't, y'all correct me in the chat, okay? Or in the comments below. At this point, we're here now, so it doesn't even matter. President Hayes decided I only want to run one term, right? So it's like, okay, March 4th, 1881, he said, book it, it's time to go. So he was succeeded by James A. Garfield, right? And of course, here we are again. It just didn't work out, right? Wait a minute, I'm gonna tell you how it happened. So President Garfield was the 20th president, right? And unfortunately, his tenure was short-lived also. So how was his tenure short-lived? His tenure was short-lived because on July 2nd, he was pew-pewed, right? And then by September 19th, he succumbed to his injuries, making him the second president to be unalived in office. So he was the second one that got unalived in office. The first one, in fact, was who we did yesterday, Mr. Abraham Lincoln. He was unalived in office on April 14th, 1865 by John Wilkes Booth at a play at the Ford Theater in Washington, D.C. So, yeah, history in the making. I found it kind of harsh when I said history in the making, so charged to my head and not my heart, because that's not actually how I feel. But it's just weird, you know what I mean? But after President Garfield transitioned, he was succeeded by Chester A. Arthur. So I'm going to point out who's who. So this is President Hayes. This one is President Garfield, and then this one is President Arthur. But yeah, three presidents in 1 year, and Chester A. Arthur actually served out the rest of his term also. So the one thing that all six men have in common is they all served only one term, nothing more, nothing less. But yeah, have a good one, guys.